Hi families, the next reading strategy buddy we are going to be reading about today will be our Pointy Porcupine. So our Pointy Porcupine is going to help us when we are reading words or maybe even sounding out a word. So Pointy Porcupine teaches us to point to each letter and make their sound. So typically we can do this by just one letter, but eventually we can do this by a couple different letters at a time because we have blends and digraphs that we'll be learning about. So I'm going to use my Pointy Porcupine today. Sometimes I use my actual porcupine. Sometimes I also use my pointer because the kids really love it. And I'm going to point to every single word here so that I know I'm keeping track of my reading. So I'm going to say, what does Nat have? Nat has Sam. So I was able to read those words by using my Pointy Porcupine. But sometimes when I'm reading, it's a little bit difficult to try and sound out a word unless I'm pointing to it. So sometimes I like to take my Pointy Porcupine and I turn it around because it's a really good pointer. Your finger works just as well. And let's say I'm stuck on this one right here. So I'm going to point to each letter because when I point to it, I'm looking at the letter and I'm thinking about their sound. I'm using my alphabet foundation strip and also I'm kind of using my stretchy snake here. So I'm going to try this one right here. It says at, gnat. So I actually use more than one strategy. I use my Pointy Porcupine here, but I also use my stretchy snake strategy. So the Pointy Porcupine really is just keeping me focused on the page, pointing to the words or pointing to the letters to help me sound out a word.